Hi guys, and welcome to I have no idea, 70th something, I believe, episode of the Yarn Junkie podcast. My name is Amber. I'm coming to you from my home in Texas where I live with my husband and our 3 daughters. If this is your first time joining me, thanks for checking out my podcast. This is a podcast mostly about knitting. I'm also a crocheter. I do have a spinning wheel. I don't really spin. I like the idea of spinning, I guess. We have 3 dogs. Here comes my giant mastiff to say hello, as she sometimes does. It is February 13th. It is probably about 40 degrees outside, which is pretty cold. It's been a really, really mild winter this winter, and now it's just kind of gone cold on us like it usually does in February. We actually had a couple of snow days last week. No high fives. You high five the baby. Go lay down. Lucy, go lay down. You said hello. I love you so much. We'll take you outside later. Go, 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 go. So, yeah, the girls had a couple snow days last week. It was kind of nice just to be able to do that. I actually went to town with Tim. He has a lot of business meetings in the metropolitan area near us. And so he frequently goes into town and gets a hotel, and I usually just stay home with the kids. But since he was doing that and the girls had a snow day, his mom actually came and stayed with them, which was really nice, and we got to go have a date night in the middle of the week, which was nice. I have been knitting a ton. I have a bunch of FOs to show you. Not a bunch. I have 3, which is a bunch for me. I've been really trying to diligently work down my whips, just because it is kind of out of control, and the whole side of my bed I have like different baskets full of projects and different stages of completion. I am going to have to take my shawl off because I'm way too hot with her sitting on my lap. So let me talk about that right quick. This is my fade. What was that fade called that everybody did? It was just in my head earlier. You know the fade. This is going to drive me crazy. But I knit this a million years ago. Not really. When it first came out, I knit this shawl. It's the first fade shawl that Andrea Mallory came out with. I don't know why I'm totally blanking on the name now. But I started with this yellow color, which is a Madeline Tosh. This was a one of a kind from, I'm totally blanking on the name. This was a one of a kind from Homespun House. This colorway is Coal Miner's Daughter from Lolo Did It. This one is Folsom from Lolo's Did It. This one is, I don't remember the name, but I remember it was Once Upon a Corgi. And this one is Q Loco. And this was a silk. So it's really nice to have like that just on the end. The rest are merino nylon blends. This one actually has cashmere in it too. But yeah, so that's my What the Fade. That's what it's called, right? No, that's the big triangle one. I don't know what this one's called. I knit it. It's amazing. I almost never wear it just because it's not the easiest thing to wear because of the shape. No, stop. We're going to hold you like this. And she's not feeling great, so she's probably going to fuss. This isn't the greatest time for me to do this because of her mood, but my husband is at the doctor today, and so it's the best time for me to do this where he's not going to be walking in and out. So you'll just have to bear with the grumpus. She likes to have her jacket hood on, but she wants to put it on herself. And so then, and I have a headache too, but I was like, no, I'm sitting down and recording this. I don't even care if I have a headache. So you'll have to forgive me if I keep touching my head. I just have a headache. My next finished object is another Andrea Mallory project, the Shift Cow. I was like, I'm going to blank on this name too. I'm the worst podcaster. I don't have show notes or anything because, I fly by the seat of my pants, which if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back and always checking out my episodes, leaving me a comment if you do. I know that I'm not the most reliable podcaster out there or even having the best video content. And if you are genuinely just interested in what I have going on, that means the world to me. It really does. You can follow me on Instagram under 3Lassies or _Yarn Junkie. Three Lassies is my like private family page, but if I know that you're like a crafter or whatever, I'll follow you back. And then, you know, _ yarn junkie is my main knitting page or crochet yarn related page. I digress. Sorry for that blip. The Shift Cowl, I knit this in Spin Cycle. It was my first time using Spin Cycle. I definitely get the hype. It was very enjoyable to knit with. I really love my FO. I got this yarn at Fancy Tiger Crafts in Colorado while we were up there at spring break last year. And the colorways are this cream that kind of blends from cream to gray to yellow is Grumpy Birds. This blue color is like Manchula or something, and I cannot remember the beautiful green color. And I do have like tiny balls. Let me go grab those to show you what I have left. Okay, so I have this much of each color left. I do wish I would have knit it in a different order, but I like it overall. And it's a really cute FO. But that's what I have left, enough to like give away as minis or use in something. But I really like the wearability of this. And actually my 14-year-old really liked it too. She said that she could wear it like as a tube top. It's like, I don't think so. But I love it. You don't even have to jack with it. You just chunk it on and you're good to go. And I love it so dang much. I actually cast on another, which I'll show you in just a second. But yeah. So, and I even did this 2-color I-cord bind off that she says to do in the pattern. And I love that I went ahead and did that because I almost just was like, I'm just going to bind it off in one color. And I didn't. So my next finished object is this really cute pair of baby socks. This is a pattern by Molly Klatt of a Homespun House. And they're her Susie Dale socks with the tree motif. And as soon as she put these out, I had to knit them. I don't really know of anybody to give these to right now, but they'll go in a gift box for somebody who's going to have a baby, right? And I really like the I-cord ties. I just think those are just so cute. And the yarn I used is, the gray is Madeline Tosh in the colorway El Greco. And then the blue is a Twisted Owl, or Twisted Owl Studios, Twisted Owl, I think that's what it's called, in colorway Goblin King. So, loved knitting these. They were super quick and easy. And I think they just make a beautiful gift for the expectant mom in your life. So another almost FO, or a hoe, is this sock that I knit out of Patton's Croy. Can't think of the colorway name, but I just have to Kitchener the toe. I did a heel flap and gusset on this one. I really like this Patton's Croy yarn because it is so dang durable. I have quite a few pairs of Patton's Croy socks, and it's really thick, so it's quite a warm sock in the winter to wear. So I highly recommend. I really enjoyed knitting these. Sorry, she's playing with her toys and needs help. So that's just an FO that I had started these sometime last year and knit most of the leg and heel, I believe, and I picked them up about a week ago and knit the rest of the foot and the toe. So I think that I'm actually going to gift these to my sister once I get the other one knit. Maybe. She has about the same size foot as me, so I've never knit her a pair of socks, and I think it would be nice for me to gift her a pair of socks. So I told you I cast on another Shift Cowl. I was going through all of my yarn, and I was looking at the hashtag on Instagram of the Shift Cowl. Whenever I'm wanting to get progress done on a project, what really motivates and helps me is going to either Instagram or Ravelry and following that hashtag of other people making that project. So it kind of like eggs me on, kind of like I'm in an unofficial cowl with these people. And so I was going through that hashtag and I saw the most beautiful grayscale Shift Cowl. And I was like, oh my God, I have to do that. So I went through all my minis and found, you know, all of the gray. Oh, I skipped an FO. Rewind. My grayscale. This is the Madewell cardigan by Joji Locatelli. I'll go ahead and put it on. And I started this when she was about a month old. And I just finished it. She's 2. This took me 2 years. Oh my God. And it is a tiny cardigan. I knit it small on purpose. That way I would have like a lightweight cropped summer cardigan. And I didn't have, you know, enough solid color yarn in my stash to be able to knit it. So I did like a fade. And this top color is a Hedgehog Fibers. I don't even remember the name of it. This was a yarn that I got on Etsy. I can't even remember the seller. And then the bottom is a Knit Picks in the Thunderhead colorway. And that's the collar too, is the Thunderhead. And so I knit this with 3/4 inch sleeves and just kind of faded it, you know. I would knit one color for a bit and then stripe in about 6 stripes of the next, knit another color for a bit, stripe in 6 stripes, and then that's all I did. I followed the pattern. Other than that, I just changed out yarns. Oh, and I, you know, knit it a little bit, the sleeves a little bit shorter. Ah, my watch is caught. So I haven't blocked it yet. I know that it will lay a lot nicer when I do, but that's pretty much it. My husband says it looks too small on me. He says it looks ridiculous. I don't really think it does. I haven't woven in my ends yet. So technically this isn't really an FO. It needs stitch ends woven in and it needs to be blocked. I can't consider it an FO until then. I did mark it as an FO on Ravelry though. Don't tell anybody. But yeah, I really like it. I really like the way it turned out. I wear a lot of gray and black, so it will match pretty much everything, even in the summer. I wear a lot of gray and black, even in Texas. No. She was a, I say breastfed baby. This is going to be another tangent. I say she was a breastfed baby. I tried to breastfeed her and she wouldn't latch. And this is, sorry if it's like way off topic for some of you and you don't care. But so I pumped my milk and fed it to her through a bottle. But I would also still try to get her to nurse, try to get her to latch throughout my breastfeeding journey with her, because pumping is a pain in the ass. If you have ever been a full-time pumper, you know this. It is a lot of work, because not only are you having to sit there and pump, but then you have to sit there and feed your baby. You have to sit there and wash all your pump parts, all your bottle parts. It's an endless cycle. So I did that for, 18 months. And she's still quite a bit booby obsessed. So she likes just, hold my booby or caress my booby. She's a booby baby, even though she wasn't a booby baby. Isn't that weird? Yeah. So, I was saying, after I finished that cardigan, I had a little bit of that gray yarn left, but I have other grays from other projects, just all the grays, and I wanted to knit a grayscale shift cowl, so I began one. There's tons of yarn in here, all discombobulated because my bag is because it's scraps, so they're, all rolled into balls and coming unrolled. But this is my humble beginnings of my second shift cowl. I'm sorry it's getting so blown out. I'm sitting right in front of a window. But it's a light gray and a medium gray, and then I'm going to go into this dark gray. Oh, here, I'll get all the 3 out that I've decided to use. And I think I have enough yardage. I'm not real sure. I bet I do. But yeah, so it's just a very light gray, a medium gray, and a dark gray. I love that. It's going to be so beautiful. And so like I've said, I've been trying to be really good about my whips. So I have done this sleeve or started the sleeve for my Comfort Fade Cardi that I'm actually not fading. I'm knitting it solid in a tonal Malabrigo Rios in the Pines colorway. And here's where I am on my sleeve, but I am quite a bit looser with my purling on this smaller circumference needle. So I am thinking I am going to have to pull this entire sleeve that I've knit so far out and magic loop it, because I do have a tighter tension with magic loop, and it's just way too airy. It doesn't match the gauge on my body. And so I think that I'm not going to be happy unless I just rip it out. So I wanted to show you guys that I have made progress on that before I have to give it up. And I had to make surgery on this sweater as well. This is living in my Tanny Casey project bag. And this is my Zweig. My friend Monica has finished hers, and I was re-inspired to pull mine back out and get some progress done on it. And I jacked up the cables, and I had to rip out about an inch. So it wasn't too bad, but it was still really annoying to have to do that. And I'm back on track now with my cables being in the right spots. I was off by like a stitch, but it threw off the whole thing. So, and this yarn is Hue Loco in one of her kits that she did for the faded sweater, so faded. And this is Corazon from Lambstring yarn. Shanna is amazing. So is Nicole. Yarn dyers amaze me. So this is my main project right now, the one that I'm trying to carry around, put the most work on. This is my 30 for 30, as Natty of Nitty Natty Podcast has been doing for the month of January. I got this out for the month of February to do at least 30 minutes every day on this. I usually do a bit more. So the last thing I have to show you guys are my acquisitions. I had an appointment a couple weeks ago that was kind of giving me some anxiety. I had to wait on some blood work, so retail therapy. I went into my local yarn store, West 7th Wool, and I want to the baby has a little baby stroller that the cloth seat has worn out on, and I saw someone had knit or crocheted in bulky yarn a little replacement seat. So I went ahead and got this bulky Madeline Tosh in Peach Bellini colorway. Love it. And then I got this. I wanted to knit those gray baby socks with pink hearts. And so I got this to be able to do that color work and maybe a full pair of socks. And this is Life in the Long Grass. I've never used this before, so I'm excited to give it a try. And it's this really pale pink with these really great peach, pink, and purple speckles. And this is called Cantaloupe. But other than that, Tim and I we just recently joined the gym. So we've been working out, which is really rewarding and great. It's doing a lot for my anxiety and our relationship in general. But other than that, guys, I know this was short, but that's all I got. Yeah, I'm going to get this baby some snacks, and I'll talk to you next time. Thanks for watching.